This is Grand Piano Truth. My name is here, your host. Brawanda is here, Ntlantla is here, the camera crew is here. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks.
Yes, but today we've got a very special guest. I want to make sure that I explain to you who's this guy. He's a conductor, adjudicator, radio broadcaster, a music pioneer. His name is Sidwell Mhlongo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes. I saw on your Facebook, I saw on your Facebook because I'm following you. Okay. I saw on your Facebook that you were doing a cheesecake for someone. Who's the lucky lady?
No. No, I was following the trends on Facebook.
Oh, I thought you were doing a
No,
cheesecake
I was
for someone.
following the trend of cheesecake and Tupperware.
Okay. So just for the ladies, is there anyone in your life?
No,
still
let's
single?
not go there.
Okay, Giovanni, no.
Oh, my God.
No, Giovanni, I always associate you with KZN. That's the name, Mhlongo. Then I associate you with KZN. Are you coming from KZN or?
Not at all.
Oh.
I'm from Kagiso.
Kagiso?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the West Rand, near Krugersdorp. Yes.
Oh.
I grew up there.
Yes.
I went to school there until I started at St. Peter's. It's a private primary school.
Yeah.
Then from there I went to Msupatsela.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's where my music actually took. Yeah, No, it started in St. Peter's because they used to teach us music like formally. Yeah, we used to learn staff notation. So by the time I left primary school, I was able to read staff notation. Yeah. So when I got to Msupatsela, that's when my conductor gave me an opportunity to become her assistant conductor, and then I was able to start conducting from there. Yeah.
So in other words, you were born with this, Njomane.
Yes.
There's a quotation from someone else that I'm not going to quote anyway, which normally says, "Full many a flower is born to blush the unseen."
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And waste its sweetness on the desert. But unfortunately, you didn't waste your sweetness in the desert.
No. The one thing that made sure that I stayed in choral music was that my grandmother used to sing quite a lot.
Really?
In church.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to tell me that she was a soloist.
Okay.
And my other grandmother used to conduct a choir in church at the Methodist.
Okay.
So she was a well-known conductor, Mrs. Mafaisa. She was well-known. She used to compete, even go to the connectionals. So she was very good. So the seed of choral music is from the family. So I was fed choral music before I even went to school because my grandmother used to sing.
Even before you were born.
Yes. It's also in the genes.
You inculcated it.
Yes.
Talking about Methodist, I saw you were wearing a jacket there.
Oh,
what position were you taking?
Yeah, Matotana.
Only Totana.
Yeah, no, I decided, I went through a lot of challenges medically.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I started to become better,
Yes.
I felt that it is through the grace of God that I was regaining my health because it was terrible. I had a difficult stroke where I could not move. I lay on bed. I could not go to the toilet. I could not do anything. But by the grace of God, I started regaining my movements and I got better.
Yes.
And when I was getting better with the stroke, then my kidneys just failed completely. You see, so I had to now start taking dialysis. Currently, I go to dialysis 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah, but my health is better. It's getting better all the time.
Yeah.
So I felt that the one thing that I could do to show my appreciation to God was ukuzinikela emadodaneni. You see, so that I can really show that I'm appreciative of the grace of God. That's the one reason that got me there. Besides the fact that I used to love amadodana, even ngisasemncane. But this became a reason why I joined them.
Can I expose? I don't wanna. Okay, expose your age and whatever. So the Mafaisa, is it ibizwe ngoko kwakho? The school. There's a school in Mafaisa.
It's the husband.
Or the husband.
Yeah, the husband.
Okay.
Ngokoko.
And
Okay.
so you grew up a Methodist church, you know?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I know Methodist church, they've got annual competitions and stuff like
Yes.
that. Oramasia,
Yes.
you know him.
Kakulu.
Okay.
Yes.
No, at least I've got an idea of which in which generation. No, and in addition to that, you know, because we wake up by the grace of God.
Yes,
and
true.
we have to give thanks to Him.
Yes.
We today we don't know what kusasa kuzenzakala.
Yeah,
So
true.
implement is like a book. That's what I usually say too.
Yeah.
Today you read this page
Got a lot of
in the book.
chapters, yeah.
You don't know what's gonna.
Yeah.
What can you expect?
Yeah.
And one other thing that we don't have to forget is that the journey that we are traveling in our lives,
Yes.
you know, there are so many tunnels that at times we have to go through those black tunnels anyway.
true.
Yes. As soon as you get into the tunnel, that is not the end of the life.
Yes.
Don't see the darkness. It's dark here, the windows are closed.
Yeah.
And then you say, hey, this is the end of the life. No. Soon you will get through the lights again.
Yes,
You will get to the surface again.
Yeah.
So we have our own tunnels as people
Yeah,
that
true,
we have
true.
to go through.
Talking about that, how was the support in the choral industry?
It was good. It was great.
Yeah.
I remember I had a stroke in 2018.
Yes.
When I could not move, I could not do anything. But the moment I started to mobilize a little bit, be able to go out, move, be able to try and use my hand a little bit, I then decided that let me go to a rehearsal.
Yeah.
And when I got to a rehearsal, people were very happy to see me, and they were very welcoming. They were very supportive. I could only use one hand, but they made things so easy for me that actually I felt that I was fine. I could do anything. In fact, that year in 2018, I had a stroke in May. In September, there was NCF competition.
Yes.
And I conducted
And you were
the
there.
choir.
I saw
Yeah.
you.
And then I saw him, yes.
with
And actually, everybody was, you know,
It was like
Yeah.
The choir was saying, "Are you gonna manage? Are you gonna manage?" I said, "No, as long
Even
as you can
audience.
see."
Yeah.
even the audience, they did not expect you when they
Yeah,
see them. Honestly.
Yeah, no,
And-
because I got support.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
the choir supported me a lot.
Yeah.
They did not make me feel that I couldn't conduct them.
Yeah.
They said, "No, you can do it." You know, and then I started believing that I could do it.
Because they believed in you, and maybe not the way you train them. You understand? Because when you're a leader, gentlemen, you understand. You've got a group now as a leader. You want to leave something.
Yes.
Because you cannot always be a leader like some other leader who died. You know, being a leader. You
Yeah.
understand? So you need to leave a legacy.
A legacy,
Yeah.
yes.
And by the way, we are still on the Grand Piano Truth. Sinayo ubab Sidwell Mhlongo.
Yeah.
And sila we just chilling nje la Kukuleti Lounge. It's just a rainy Friday afternoon. Yeah.
And
So-
one thing, you know, I'm sorry Nhlanhla, to cut you, man. One other thing that I appreciated so much with Unjomane, and I cheered for that, is that even though the circumstances were unfavorable for you, but you told yourself that I am not going to sit down and fold my arms. Yes.
There's
You
one
told
thing
yourself-
great about
You didn't
music.
feel defeated.
Yeah, no.
No, you didn't feel defeated. You said, despite
Yeah.
the circumstances, I will make it.
Yeah, no, it's.
Thank
it's-
you for
it's-
that, Njoma.
Yes, thank you. It's because. You know, one thing about music is that it heals you.
Yes,
You see, if
yes.
you go through a rehearsal, that's 2 hours in the rehearsal. It's a healing process.
medicine.
When after that rehearsal, you feel so much better.
Yeah.
When you go
Lighter.
home,
Yeah.
you feel lighter.
Yeah.
You feel
Yes.
that you
Energized,
you,
you know,
you are
revitalized.
energized. You
Yes.
can do anything. You
Yes.
see. So I always was looking forward to going to rehearsal, so that I could go through that healing process again. Especially live music.
Yeah.
It's one thing to put in a CD there and play, but if it's live music, people singing in front of you, then the experience is completely different.
Yeah.
You get more healing. You get because you can actually connect your emotions with the people. You see, so as they take you through the emotions of the song, you also go with them, and that journey becomes an experience, a healing experience.
That's true.
as well.
22 years in conducting. What keeps you there?
No, not 22 years. Where I started.
Maybe state.
I started conducting in 1989.
1989.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I was in matric that year,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my conductor said, Sidwell, because I could read music.
Yes,
You see, so when there were things to be corrected, I was the one who was correcting the choir.
Okay.
So and she said to me, Sidwell, because you've got a good ear as well.
Yeah.
Come in front and conduct. And I was so shy. I think I was the shyest person in the choir. You know, but because I trusted my instinct in music, so I said, let me just go.
Yeah.
You see, and God will just carry me through. I was able to conduct them to an extent that when they invited the school choir to an event in their community hall. She said, you are going to be the one who's conducting. And then that's where I started in 1989.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that school choir, when I left high school with some of them that were in matric with me, we decided that, no, let's not abandon the choir. Let's go back to the choir, but then we changed the name from being Musupatela Secondary School Choir to being Kagiso Youth Choir. Because we wanted to accommodate, there were other people from other schools, from Kagiso Secondary, who got interested in the choir. They wanted to join. So we had to change the choir to be Kagiso Youth Choir.
Community choir.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when we had to change the choir to Kagiso Youth Choir, there were some adults now that became interested, and then we said, but adults can't sing in a youth choir. So we changed the name again to Harmony Singers, and then we were able to get adults to come and join. So that's how really I got into the thing of conducting full time.
Okay.
Because I remember in 1991, Makulwa uhlabelingoma and he watching over Israel. My conductor asked me to say, you are going to conduct. 1991.
I sang those songs.
Yeah. She said, you are going to conduct the choir in that competition. And it was so nerve-wracking, you know. Yeah, but I because one thing about me is that I'm very confident. I might appear shy, but I'm confident. If I can do something, I know that I will do it well. You see, the thing is, I don't do things that I can't do. I only do things that I know that I can do. So when I step up and do something, I know that I can do it, and then I believe in myself. So as a young boy, I think I was 18 at the time in 1991, conducting a Kagiso Youth Choir at NCF. You know, and we did well. I mean, in the African piece, we got 6th position. But there were about 18 choirs. There were 18 choirs, so I got 6th position. It was good.
It was.
Then in 1993, I then became a full-time conductor because my conductor decided that she's too old and I'm able to conduct. So she decided, no, take the choir. I'll only come here just to keep the discipline to make sure everything goes well. But you take the choir. So Gauteng Choristers saw me conducting harmony singers
Okay.
in 1999 at Hakma competitions. We were in the large category. Gauteng Choristers was in the standard category. And we won the large competition. And they said to me that next year you are coming to conduct our choir.
They summoned you.
Yeah, they summoned me to the choir, and then I gave them reasons not to do it. And at the time, I was also busy at the State Theatre.
Yeah.
I was a part of the ad hoc chorus. the
You were also a
opera
soloist.
chorus. Yes, I started as a chorus member, and then in 1998 they gave me a role in an opera.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how I grew up from there. So I gave them that reason that no, I'm also busy at the State Theatre. They said no, you'll find time. You'll find time
you'll find
to
time.
come and conduct. So they didn't give me any choice, and then I went to conduct. And when I went there, the previous conductor was still conducting. You see, and then I said no, I will not take over as a conductor. I'll just become a singer because I could also sing. You see, so yeah, they said okay, it's fine as long as you can help him. Yeah, and then after a week when I was there in the choir, the conductor got a job in Durban.
Okay.
And he moved. He said, hey, unfortunately I have to move to Durban because I've got a job there. And luckily I was there.
Okay.
And the choir was happy that I was
I'm
there. already. Yeah, so that's how I became the conductor. of the chorus.
You know, it's very interesting, so interesting to hear such a rich background from Njomane. And obviously, it makes you a legendary. Anyway, you are a legend. Yeah, you are a legendary figure. Fast forward, Njomane. How did you meet Ubabu Vusi Khanyile? You're talking of you being a good singer with a quality voice, nice voice. I've heard you. I saw you.
There was a chorister,
Okay.
Muntul Kozi, who sang for Gauteng Choristers when I was conducting in 2000.
Yeah.
So she has her family in Durban.
Okay.
So she used to tell her family that, hey, our
this
conductor
boy?
sings very well. and she would kind of record me in the rehearsal, send them recordings. You know, because I liked to sing still at the time. So she would send recordings in Durban to her sisters. Her sisters sang for our SA singers. And then they invited me to SA Singers the following year in 2001 to just visit them. You know, because I said I don't want to join choirs. You know, but also the other thing was that I adored Mr. Khanyile. At the time he was still conducting Durban Serenades. Yes, I used to follow him so much because I loved the way he was working with the choir. His interpretations, his way of building the voices, you know, it was great. So I when they invited me to visit SA Singers, I saw it as an opportunity to say, but let me join because I want to learn from Mr. Khanyile on how does he do things, how does he make sure that the choir does the things that he wants them to
that
do,
I can
how does he train them? You see? So I joined SA Singers because I wanted to learn from him. You see, and I don't regret the moment. It was great. I learned a lot of things from him.
Okay.
No, that's a background and the history
Rich,
you
yeah.
understand? Because look, there's something like Tina or Minangi observed about you. You look like a very reserved person. You understand? And confidence, it's there. Other people bang arrogance or ganjan. You know, sometimes when you are confident, you say no, I can do this one. Other people will look, no, you are arrogant or whatever. You understand? And I think that attitude, you are confident. It's also displayed or on your choir. You have to choristers. You know, I can see at the other choirs, Baba confident, but you know, choristers. You see this very confident.
Yes.
You understand? And I also believe Guti, I agree with you ngendaba live performance. Live performance, it's more interesting and more convincing than a recording. You understand?
Yes,
Because we are
yes.
listening live, and you ask yourself, hey man, these people performance yabo ingeyindlela yabo yinhle, and there's confidence, you know, like ngathi ungahlala babukele njalo osafethu yabo.
Since you're talking about Gauteng choristers, I know it's that choir is matured. You meet matured people there. How do you resolve some things like conflict in a choir?
Yo, you know, when there's a group of people,
Yeah.
you must rest assured there will always be conflict.
Yeah, when there's more
Conflict
than
is
one
going
person.
to be part and parcel of the whole thing. You see, it's just that I don't give attention to such,
Okay.
because if once you can give attention to conflict, you're going to be involved in the conflict, and the people are going to see that you're choosing sides,
Yes.
and then that's where the problem starts. So if there's a conflict, I try by all means to resolve it very far from being involved
Okay.
Yeah.
emotionally.
Yeah.
So you always come up with a solution that nobody has thought about.
Yes.
Because you are looking at it from a bird's eye point of view.
Yeah,
You see, and then you can see possible solutions.
Yes.
Once you get involved, you try to be emotionally involved, you won't even see solutions. You're going to pick sides, and it's not going to work. So the one thing that has helped me is my. The other thing also is that I don't keep very close relationships.
With choristers.
No, I don't.
Okay.
They are my friends. I would go out with them,
Yes.
but I never allow that space that is too close for me to be unable to even discipline a person.
Yeah.
You see, because if you are not able to discipline a person because they are your friends, then other people can quickly see
Yes.
that he has a problem. He can't discipline this one and that one and that one. So your choir is going to be unruly.
Yes,
Yeah, because when you try to discipline that other person that you think you can discipline, they will tell you about the mistake that your friend has made, and you didn't take any action. You see, so I try to always keep a distance, and not a big distance, but not to be too entangled in their own things, that I'm able to look at their problems and try to solve them like this. You see?
I think going further, when Abrasia and now Mhlongo, in terms of conflicts, it could be a conflict between or amongst ama choristers, you understand? Of which in there's good ama choir they break, you know, into two or whatever. But now there's also conflicts that we see. Hangata udikraya between the conductor and the management of the choir or the committee, you understand? So look, how do you manage that?
I let my committee manage themselves.
Okay, and then when you do your job,
I only do my music,
and then it ends there.
You know,
I only get involved in committee things if I see that I can help. Concerning the running of the choir, I don't get involved. I will sit in the meetings, and then suggest solutions if I do have a solution. But mostly I let them run the show.
Because I also believe that when as a conductor, look, you've got a program. Understand?
Yes.
Maybe you do a program, you present to them or even the choristers to say, guys, this is the program maybe of the next 6 months or 12 months. Understand? I think that's how it should run when I put. Understand?
Exactly. I like the way Unjomane, sharangayo experience yake as a conductor of Gauteng choristers.
Yes.
How does he tackle and deal up with some issues, especially very challenging issues? I want to believe that Unjomane is not telling us something, he's hiding something.
like what?
And guess what is that? I want to believe that he has been taken for a football workshop.
football.
Because exactly what he's managing things in his choir is exactly what the football teams do.
I'm managing their teams.
Uwazozwane will never get his nose into administrative or managerial issues. He is
Especially
only
if-
focusing with the players.
Yeah,
That area of players.
And it's not Jomason.
No, he's not.
He's not the kind of a German soldier. He will only go in a meeting when he is
Then they're
invited.
invited.
Very few conductors
Yeah.
in our choirs
Yeah.
who do what Usid is doing.
Yeah.
Many conductors are part of the management, part of the executive.
Yeah.
They are the financial managers, they are the PROs,
Yeah,
they are
Organizer,
organizers,
conductor.
yes, they are everything.
And that is stressful.
Yeah.
I once tried it. There was a time where my committee, they started becoming busy with other things personally. So I then had to do the actual management of the choir.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it again
Yeah.
because it's so stressful, that thing.
Stressing, yes.
You end up not even putting your focus on music.
Yes.
Because there are issues, there are transport issues that you need to deal with.
Uniform
There are
issues.
uniform issues.
Accommodation
Many
if you
things
go
that
far, yes.
you can't survive as a conductor.
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to have a strong team so that they can be able to take care of those things.
Yes.
They only use me as a resource because I've been with the choir for a long time. If they need a resource that can refer to previous events
Yes.
on how did you manage this one when there was such a problem.
Yes.
Yeah, then I come in there and tell them that's how we did it. But also you need to give them also the freedom to come up with new solutions
Yes.
to a problem.
Yeah, fresh ideas.
You can't deal with the program the same way you've dealt with 10 years ago.
Yes.
You see, so people
That's
must
true.
come up with their own ideas.
Yes.
Maybe their ideas are more effective than the ones that
previous
we
ones,
used
yeah.
10 years
Yeah.
ago. You
Yeah.
see, so you've got to give them that, and the more you give them confidence, is the more that they take the bull by its horns and pull forward.
Yeah.
You see.
And
You know, sorry, Nhlahla.
no problem.
You know, Njomane, really, I am enjoying this chat with you.
Yeah,
And I am gaining a lot from you.
Yeah.
As a conductor, then,
Yeah.
as a conductor, maybe you will even lectures. There is difference. Maybe there is difference. I don't know. There is a conductor. There is a choir director. There is a maestro. Maybe you. But
these
having
tasks are
said before that,
different.
Njomane, before that, as soon as you lecture us about that, conductor, director, and the maestro, will you please share with us, Njomane, the challenges that you have gone through as a conductor? Not only you as a conductor, challenges in general in the area of conducting.
Yeah.
Yes, challenges that are facing conductors.
Our choral music is full of challenges, I must say, because people come to the choir because of passion.
Yeah.
You see, nobody promises them to pay
Yes.
to pay them so that they can come and sing and then they get paid. So they come out of their own accord.
Exactly.
Even when they decide not to come, it's out of their own accord.
Yeah.
You see, the only thing that you can do as a conductor is to try to motivate them to come to rehearsals. But if that motivation is not enough, the chorister is gonna just sit at home. So that is our main
nothing you
problem.
can do.
There's nothing to do. That is our main problem with choirs. Is that our membership is not stable.
Yes.
Because people get tired. Sometimes they get hurt by conflicts in the choir. Umuntu decide ukuthi uyohlala ekhaya akasezi kurehearsal. You see, so those things they are the things that make our choirs not to be stable. You find this year you've got a very strong choir. The following year you only have half the choir.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got you have to go and recruit choristers and start all over again. Teach them the culture of the choir. So it is the biggest problem. That thing you kungabi ne stable membership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a choir not to be to be consistent with their performance levels. You see, but one thing that helped us in the choir is that the people who really came to the choir, especially those years in the early 2000s, were people I don't know how it happened. It was people who loved the choir. They loved the choir. You had so many problems back then, but people would always say, no, let's try, guys. Let's try and find a solution. So there was always that willingness from the choristers to find a solution to a problem. Even when there were times when we had a very congested program, where we would perform this week, and after 2 weeks we perform a completely new repertoire somewhere else. It was hard. I would say to them, we are learning this song today.
Yes.
Next week, Monday, I want it known off by heart.
Yes.
Nobody would question me. Everybody would know. Come Monday, everybody would know the song off by heart without fail. So that's the kind of choir that I had. They had so much dedication to the choir. But I also think that that dedication came about because they saw that there was something big that we were building. You see, if people just go to a rehearsal just to while away time, they won't feel much part of the choir. But if they go and they see that something that you are building is great, then they start to
believe in you,
to believe in everything that is happening in the choir. They go an extra mile to make sure that they don't disappoint the choir. I remember in 2003 there was a concert that the Black Tie Ensembles invited us to, and they gave us very complex music. And we had about 2 weeks to rehearse the whole program. And there was one chorus that was very problematic in the whole repertoire. It was one chorus that was very difficult. And then on the Friday, the concert was on Sunday. Or was it on Saturday evening, I think. But on the Friday rehearsal, I told them they were using scores because the program was not easy. But because I could see that, you see, this song, the Moon Chorus, if something goes wrong in that Moon Chorus, the whole concert is going to be spoiled. I told them on that Friday, Manje, you are going to go home. When you come back tomorrow for the performance, nobody must have a score in front. And I could see there was tension in the music because it was not an easy piece. You see, but I just felt that if they can get their teeth into the music, nothing can go wrong on stage. You see, but if they're still relying on the score, they will not put their teeth into the music because they'll say, but it's you see. But because I told them that nobody will have a score on stage, and then they went out. The following day in the rehearsal, in the warm-up before the concert, we went through the music. Nobody had a score. It was perfect. That's the kind of choir that I had. You see, the kind of dedication that the choristers had. And also the other thing is that they respected me so much. I was their age, because I conducted Gauteng choristers. I was 28 when I started conducting them. So I was their age.
Some were older than you.
Yeah, some were older than me. But they gave me so much respect that anything that I said, they believed in it. I could, when we go to a competition sometimes, I would have a different approach on the song from the one that I had in rehearsals. And then I would tell them backstage that, okay, you are going to forget about everything that we did. So you're going to watch me.
Yeah.
And you're going to do exactly as I do. You're going to sing exactly as I do. And they would go on stage and they would concentrate so much that even a single movement that I do gets an effect from them.
Yeah.
That's how they were, those people. And I really do miss them. Because they made Gauteng Choristers to be what it is now. But I try to inculcate that culture to the current members, that they need to believe in the conductor. They need to believe in their own efforts as well, because that choir can never grow without their effort. It's only through them that it can keep on going. You see.
You know, it's so interesting to hear this, sharing with us this kind of experience when Anjoman.
Yes.
There's something that I always ask myself that with so many choirs anyway.
Yes.
Normally, especially as black people, our local choirs, we don't rehearse with either kind of instrument, be it piano, be it whatever, be it orchestra. But normally, in other competitions, whereby you have to sing with the orchestra, you only have few hours to rehearse with the orchestra. On the day of the performance or a day prior
before,
to the performance. How does that? It must be a challenge to you. Remember that you have not been with the orchestra. Now, all of a sudden, you have to rehearse with the orchestra. Can you tell us how difficult that is?
It is going to be very difficult. I got influenced by the years I spent at the State Theatre. As an ad hoc chorus member there. All their rehearsals, they did them with a piano. So that influenced me a lot. By the time I went to Gauteng Choristers, when we did a song that had an accompaniment, we always had a pianist. I made sure that there was a pianist in the rehearsal. From this time, we learn the music. Until we know the music, until we shape the music for a performance, the pianist is there. So that when you get to a performance, you are comfortable as a conductor with everything that you hear. You see, if you only meet a rehearsal pianist or a pianist a day before, you're not even sure that on the day of the performance you are going to hear everything that you need to hear. You see, and you might make mistakes. You see, so that thing of making sure that you've got a rehearsal pianist all the time helps the choir. You see. But now pianists are very expensive. We were lucky back then that we had a very good lady, Sylvia Schulman, who used to be a concert pianist, very good. And she was in retirement, so she never minded come to rehearsals all the time. And she loved the choir. I think the choir gave him a different dimension about music, because he was a professional pianist. So working with the choir also gave her a new dimension in music. So she loved the choir. She always was there in rehearsals, and she would contribute ideas in the choir. And I also gave her the platform to actually share ideas, and I think that made her to feel part of the choir. So that caused us to be so comfortable with the accompaniment, to an extent that by the time we went to NCF in 2001, in 2000 in Durban, there was an orchestra there, and the choir was so used to accompaniment that when that orchestra, it first came to our rehearsal, a small orchestra, they came to our rehearsal, they could relate to everything that the orchestra was playing, because they are used to having a pianist. So that is very, very, very crucial. And I would like to advise choirs, if you don't have a funds for a pianist, at least get a pianist to record
Yeah.
themselves. Let them play through the song.
Yes,
You
yes,
see,
yes.
let them record the piano accompaniment. You conducting it in your tempo.
Yeah.
So that when you get to the rehearsal, you are able to play it back to the choir. The choir sings with
Yeah.
the accompaniment.
Yeah.
That also
Helps.
helps a lot. You see, I don't want this thing of getting a choir now, calling a pianist on the day of the competition. Can you run through 2 minutes? That also unsettles the choir.
Yes,
You
yes,
see, you'll find that from your rehearsal was good. But after meeting that pianist for 5 minutes, the rehearsal now
Things start to change now.
something
The
else.
tension
you see.
also in the choir.
So then, unfortunately, you'll get beaten by other people that are more comfortable.
That's
You
it.
see. So what I say to conductors, get a pianist to play through the song, conduct that pianist, record. Go to a rehearsal. Do your changes in tempo as you'd like them to be done. So that when you get to a rehearsal, you are able to play to the choir, and the choir is able to perform exactly what you want. Yeah.
That's a very good workshop, City, man. I like it. It's a very, very good workshop. And then now, it really, iyavumelana nathi ukuthi this platform is about educating people. It's about informing people. It's everything anyway.
Yes.
City, man, I just want shifting from the conducting space now, coming to maybe a broader and of course inclusive issue about the choral music now, the choral music. Before I come up with this question, do we have professional choirs, the local professional choirs? If we don't have them, why are we not having professional choirs? Local professional choirs.
I think institutions like the Cape Town Opera, they have a professional choir.
Let's say we exclude the institutional.
What we mean, like we are talking about choir,
community
choirs.
choirs.
Yes, do we really have?
Because we're looking at a stage whereby one day when we meet again, maybe even after 15 years, we're talking about professional choirs.
Yes.
If football managed to bring about the professional football teams,
Yes.
why in choral music? When are we going to have professional choirs? And how can we achieve that goal?
Hey, it's something that I've been dreaming about as a conductor. One thing that will help us get to a professional level is to be very critical of ourselves. We must not accept anything that a singer gives you without being critical about it and pushing them to do much better than they are doing. So sometimes I see that conductors are just happy to conduct a choir, even though the choir is not doing well. You can see that the conductor is not even paying attention to the choir. But as soon as we all start paying attention to our choirs, try to have a standard that you need them to get to. And to get a standard like that, you need to listen to choirs all over the world and listen to specific brilliant choirs and want your choir, expect your choir to sing like those people. Push them up. Don't just accept them when they make mistakes and then you just accept and say, well, at least they know the song. No. Make sure that you give them those standards. And they eventually get used to working under those standards. You see, so it's something that is achievable. We just need conductors that want to do it. You see, to say, Mina, I want my choir to sound like the Monteverdi choir. the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, and be very realistic about it. Make sure that you get results out of them with patience. Obviously, results will take time, but have patience to say, I want my choir to get to that level. And then with the conductor doing that patiently, with dedication, with a strategy to get there, they will improve the choirs. You see, and once our choirs all improve to a certain level, we will be able to then, people listen to choral music. Even if they are not involved in choral music, they do listen. And once they feel that, wow, choral music has grown so much in the country, it will attract even the people that are moneyed, that can say, let me give you 10,000. See what you do with it. And then the next time, let me give you 20,000. The other person who said, oh, you gave them something, let me also give them 50,000. You see, so in that way, choral music will start attracting people who have money to spend in the genre. You see, we won't get 5 million when we are starting. No. These little monies, they will attract more monies in the choir. And if people see that really, your concerts are at a high level, you can charge them 500 rand. And they will not mind to pay because they know that the quality there is high. But if you charge them 500 rand and you're going to give them a quality of 50 rand, you must know that you will not get them. So that's where we need to start. We need to start at ensuring that our choirs are at a high level that is comparable to quality choirs overseas. And we've got to listen to them, to those choirs. You can never be like a Monteverdi choir and you've never even heard a song by them. You've got to listen to them every day so that you know what is it that they do to make sure that their level is there. You see,
I think, Jomane, what you are bringing forward, it's very, very significant, I must say. Listening to you, trying to, show me that what effort that you have to put through to get into that level. It means you need people who are very dedicated in doing that, in achieving that goal. So now it brings me now to another level that, okay, if that be the case, it means we need proper leadership, because what my problem that I'm going through right now, which to me is a very, very huge problem anyway, that we don't have something like, if I may call, that might be accountable to what choral music is today.
Yes.
Currently, truly speaking, choral music does not exist right now. Now, who is accountable for that? Let's take football. If football is not doing well, somebody must be accountable for that. Now, with choral music, whatever we are seeing it right now, who is accountable for that? That, okay, some choirs, we were talking about them, before the show, that some choirs are dormant. Yes. Now, who must come up to save those choirs? It means we need people who will come up and save those choirs from that situation. Now, meaning therefore that we need to have an accountable figure or accountable organization that look what is happening with the choral music now. What do we do? What do you do when is somebody who's accountable to that? How do we achieve that accountability? How do we get someone who will be accountable for whatever is happening in choral music right now?
Let me tell you, we tried to have accountable bodies in provinces to choral music. But we made a mistake of making them what do we call them?
Associations.
Associations. Yes. We don't need an association.
No.
We need a professional body
Yes.
that is made up of brilliant choir trainers, professors, academia, all those people that represent excellence in choral music. They must be the people who are part of that professional body. And that professional body must be responsible to make sure that choirs are given training, to ensure that the standard is lifted. And that professional body must be at a level where if they say to you that you need to improve this and this and that, and I'm not going to question it because I trust those people that are in that professional body. I trust their expertise, that they will, of course, tell me something that is correct.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
But if we put in people in the association that some of
Our
them, they don't
friends.
even know anything,
Yes.
well, I'm sure there's a place for an association to do other things. But in order for us to achieve the level of performance that I'm talking about, we need a professional body that can do that, that can also train conductors. There are many young conductors that are enthusiastic about conducting, you see, but they don't have the training. You see, so there could be programs that are designed, get funding from corporate companies that can fund programs because it's education, isn't it?
Yes.
And corporates do put in money for education. Put in money there and call choirs. Maybe 3 months every weekend. They come for training.
Yes.
The other thing that is important is the oral training, the ear. If the conductor has not gotten good oral training for him to hear when things are out of tune, the choir will sing out of tune and the conductor will not know. You see? So get them to also train orally so that they are able to hear when things are out of tune. To teach them how to use their hands to get maximum output. When I talk about maximum output, I'm not talking about sound. I'm not talking about noise, how loud they can sing, but how effectively they can do a piano or a mezzo piano or a crescendo or a staccato. You see how effectively a conductor can assist his choir to do it well by moving his hands in a particular way.
It answered my question because I had a question now. What is the purpose of workshops before competitions? You know, on mutual, there's a competition, so conductors must go to workshop. So now you're answering me.
Yeah, but
No, I think what I wanted to know exactly, it's not answered for me. I'll tell you why. I wanted to come from that angle also. Because you'll tell me if I'm wrong. Majority of the conductors, now let's talk about your National Choir Festival. Majority of the conductors, they've got music background.
yes.
And obvious, academically, we are con. So for me, if you're saying to me, here's a music sheet, mina ngiyi-conductor, and the music sheet unam i-direction board. It tells ukuthi kune i-circle, i-stop sign, i-speed hump in. So why should you call me as a conductor and tell me how should i-hump lena ngiyenqe kanjani? You understand? So I don't know, you'll tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel ukuthi indaba ye-workshop in a way uku-undermine u-conductor. The other reason why uku-undermine u-conductor, and secondly, it also comes because of the prescription abayenzayo. Okay, I don't know what's the process, your prescription. You understand? Because definitely you can't expect me i-Gauteng choristers ukuthi unikeze the same prescription ne what choir, irrespective of the number of individuals that are needed.
Yeah,
Because I'm sure there's numbers for standard and for large. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
Who large bangati between 45 and 60. Okay, says agatina abu makhorwan see 50 or see 55. How the worst comes with 120 and it decide with has tina suzanga makwai 2. You understand? Because one A and B. And when they rehearse, 120 they rehearse everything. Tina 55. The other issue that you said in the attendance, it's not consistent. You understand? You struggle. You understand?
So what we are saying, Tlanta, if I get you well, what we are saying is that here you have a list of advocates.
Yes.
They normally call them councils.
Okay.
Now, it is understood that these people have got skills for the
Yes.
legal,
Yes.
Yes.
expertise that they have.
Yeah.
They went to school, they did this and that. So they have the skills, the legal skills. Now you have these advocates. You have got these medical practitioners who went to school for 7 years,
7 years.
doing, undergoing the practice. Now, at a certain point of time, you calling these people for a workshop, the workshop of advocates. You are saying that, what for? Why are you workshopping advocates?
Why
For
are
the
you
skills
workshopping
that
them?
they
Yeah.
already have? Why are you workshopping medical practitioners?
Practitioners or doctors? Because I feel like you yourself personally, you understand, based on the background and the history that we know with you. I mean, why should we work my figure upana? You must do like that. You can read music, understand? And it is also a duty and a conductor to make a research.
Yeah.
Let's say we swim. Swim to qualify for Olympics for next time. It's cut, heeless. It ends there. But they cannot call all the swimmers like South Africa or Rama associations or Rama teams. You know, guys, for you to reach this 10 minutes, you need to swim like this, like that. Magnetic backstroke or guys. You understand?
Okay. Jomani, the purpose of workshop?
Okay, Mina, I think workshops are important in that they offer an opportunity for musicians
Yeah.
Okay.
to share ideas on the music that is prescribed. You see, there's no point of going to a workshop where the facilitator is going to hammer you with his own interpretation on the music
Yeah.
without opening up the floor and finding out from fellow musicians, because we are all fellow musicians.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, nobody's above the other.
Yeah.
You see, to open up the floor and say, let us discuss this music.
Yeah.
Here the composer is talking about this and this and that. What do you think? What is he implying? What does he want out of the piece? And then engage musicians. I'm sure you're going to get a very substantial workshop where everybody has given out their thoughts and people have grasped different ideas about the song.
Yeah.
Because when you do a piece, you can't do it all the same way. The workshop must be a place where musicians can gather there and get ideas about the prescribed music.
Yes.
Not be a classroom
Yeah.
where the facilitator is teaching music as if he's teaching grade R's.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there you've got musicians that know how to make a choir to sing.
Yes.
They just came there so that they want to hear
Yeah.
what are the
Yeah.
ideas about the prescribed
Yes.
music.
Yeah.
So that's what a workshop should do. And then if that is done, then you'll find that people are very happy to have attended a workshop.
Okay.
Because they had different ideas.
But I'll tell you something. Uma, I don't know. I've attended 2 workshops. Ngati lago for Rohagma in the past, ne?
Yes.
Iba ngati, as much as you say, they kuba nama discussions and stuff like that. But iba ngati, we are being channeled. And then you find that 80% of the choirs, bakula same style. You understand? I variety, iba too little. So, mina, I feel good. It's a competition, whether call it a festival or whatever, you know. But when you perform, so I'm a skills way to angaranani, you know. Yeah, for me, it will be more interesting to say, guys, now music, we give you 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We want to see on stage.
I think, Nhlanhla, to add on what we are saying, to add on what we are saying, Nhlanhla, it gets me back to what Unjomane was telling us about the difference between an association,
Yes.
the current associations that we have,
Yeah.
and the need for a professional body or a professional structure. Then that professional body or professional structure will have a program, a program that is business orientated,
Yes.
whereby if choirs are competing, they are competing on the basis of a business. Because I cannot understand, Kutwa, you take like a football. I'm very passionate about football. You take a coach, a football coach from a Kaizer Chiefs team, the Pirates, Sundowns, you name them. And then there will be a competition like tomorrow's competition. And then you get them, you first call them, tell us,
Coaches.
you, coach number one, tell us the strategy of your game tomorrow. How are you going to approach this game? Tell us here. And then these 3 coaches or 4 coaches, they share the ideas. Look, how am I going to beat you? I will do A, B, C, D, Even if you don't tell, when I've already know how your approach will be, then I'm going to say, okay, I know, see, good. Approach
yakhe.
But coach window yakhe.
Yeah.
Strategy
sakhe ayi-one. Yes. To say uyosebenzisa kanjani.
So it means now, therefore, that it means ngabula city iyanideka a professional body ezawuyenza ibe business choral music. When you talk competitions, there are no workshops. Why would you establish a workshop for people who are going to compete, sharing the same stage?
Yes.
Telling others that, look, here are my ideas to approach this music,
So, but the thing is, sometimes you can have the same ideas about the piece, that this song talks about this and this and that. We have the same understanding about the song, but the execution is going to be way different. It's never going to be similar. You see? So sometimes I say, let's all attend that workshop and let's all discuss the music, because sometimes a workshop will point out things that you never saw as a conductor. You see, go bar 13, there's that thing. Oh, yeah, I didn't notice it. You see, so it brings to the fore those kinds of things. So it's helpful even in that way. You see, but let's all share the information. So that we don't have a situation where like this song ka PJ Simelan akusenani yes likhuluma ngalo mfana who's in a running competition, and then there comes somebody who comes with a completely different understanding of the song. We don't want that. I think that's why workshops are important.
If your team does not perform well in a football situation, it will get 18-0.
Yeah, of course.
and again, some of the music ne uthola kuba nama notes. What do you call? Just a brief description. About the whole song. You understand. And now the other thing, indaba, which comes to indaba ye domains of the choirs. Am choir awake fit? Why I'm saying they're not fit is because if you don't choristers ingenelo okhakma ngomei, then there's no I know its own program of action. So you know guys, ngomei okhakma. And then June we started rehearsal. It's prepared like in July. You understand? Program of action.
Yes.
Baba be fit like in sport. About trainer every day. We understand. So if we don't have such a program. Iba a problem because uthola ukuthi ne scale siba skewed
Yeah,
in terms
true.
of choir.
Yeah.
You find this
The
choirs
other one is match
powerful,
fit.
yeah.
The other one is not
yeah.
match
Khona
fit.
nje laba nebhuti always bayakhapha man. Bayakhapha kuna ma competitions
Yeah.
la. You understand? But this choir has been there for about 5 years, and then you ask yourself, good, can this guy if fitness yabo yokhula nini?
Yeah.
Yeah, or you improve nini?
But the
Is a glenda bithetho kuproceed but
Yes.
workshop is good
Yes.
but execution
Yeah, execution.
soze niyenze ngehlobo eliyi-1 ngobele ku-workshop eyi-1 ngiyachazwa ngehlobo eliyi-1 bawenza so asoze niyenze ngehlobo eliyi-1
So
that's
when I
why
proceed,
siphela siba no-number 1 no-number 2
yeah. How do you keep yourself fit, guys? Because even the coming events, you know, we know about your choir.
Yeah.
We know.
The thing is, you've got to have a committee that is very bold.
Yeah.
That can believe in the choir to say, let's take this project, let's take that project, let's take that project. So the project of the choir becomes full in a year. That's what you need.
Yeah.
But now other choirs, they only start to sing when there's a competition. You see, if there's no competition, bayavala,
There's
there's
no
no
choir, yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
You see,
yeah.
so that's where we need to start to say, let's engage our choirs in some performance. You see, and the other thing also, let's get our conductors to train themselves to get better. You see, there's nothing worse like a conductor osafana 2010 uyafana namanje now no improvement nothing. So the conductor kumele azihluphe nena ngokwakhe
Research
a research if there are things ezimhluphayo in the choir he must find out, he must consult, call people. You see, at the level that I am, which I think it's a very high level, I still call other conductors and discuss the music.
Yeah.
If I have music to do. I sometimes even invite some of them. I've invited Michael Tingan to the music. I've invited Robert Maxim. I've invited this professor, was a Unisa. I invite people.
Yes,
And
yes.
you don't invite a person, oh, as you go to, he's not going to give you anything.
Yeah.
You've got to invite a person that you know that you're going to get something from that person.
Yes,
In that process of him giving you something, you are learning.
Yeah.
Next
That's
time
true.
you'll know how to do it. You
Exactly,
see?
exactly.
Yeah, so I think conductors need to also be in the same level all the time. But improve.
Tell
You know?
me, Sid, are there anyone? Yes, I think I know of one. Are there any conductors forums that are existing, whereby in those forums of conductors, you discuss about these things, even on social media, but you have these conductors forum where you share these ideas, you know, you grow one another in that forum. Or the forums, conductors forums that are there are just forums.
I belonged to this other forum on Facebook. I ended up Mpuma from the forum because the things that were discussed there, they were not about improving ourselves. You see,
They were not relevant.
Yeah, we were not improving ourselves. You see, they were talking about issues, the choral music, but that were not necessarily improving you as a person.
Yes,
And then I felt, hey, my WhatsApp is so busy. Let me get out of that group. But I'm sure if we can have a forum that looks towards improving conductors in many different areas of their conducting, that will be very beneficial. You see? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having that kind of a forum that umuntu ma after discussions in the forum as when I would say no, there was something worthwhile that I got.
Just to know which as our conductors, which in the rotate. Gentlemen, you see today, the very first sitting yethu ama-conductors asikhulumi ngobaba Mhlongo nje. We are talking about the cream.
Yes.
Cream yaseGauteng.
Yes.
Yabona yilaba mabavela ne. Yabona manqhamuka baMhlongo eGauteng choristers. Sike sime kancane. noma silaphana phezulu thina we sit there and watch you guys yeah sahlala and watch you yena bathi bavese just ibhodlela malifihle kamanje and we were very pleased ukuba nawe today and look we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Financially, health wise and everything yabona bamhlongo and mina ke why ki khatella yana uba umhlongo ubuya ngale Wild West rand of the province yabona so ubuya ngale and we've got the cream ngaleni isazi that I cream yakhona you know what they do when I put in the West Rand you understand all the ACs in the football in the country they are from Randfontein to the West Rand you understand so bamhlongo all the best, my brother.
And thanks for
even
for inviting me. Thanks very much for the platform.
On that point, Gauteng Choristers is presenting Verti Requiem on the 8th April 2023. Soloist will be Pumeza Machikiza, Nontlantla Yende, Kanalelo Sihao, my boy, Ruben Bonani. On the 8th.
Please tell us the prices. Tell us the prices and the tickets so that we can be there. The team will be there. We want to invite the team.
Will be there.
Oh, okay.
We want to invite this platform, the Truth, Piano Truth. It's all about choral music.
Okay.
So even such events, when Bamhlongo, don't hesitate. To get in touch with us.
Okay.
The crew is ready. These guys are ready. They want to work. James wants to work. James has got energy. You understand?
You know, building this platforms like this proceeds. It's not about to X abantu or to do what. We're talking about issues that were there before. But we want to correct them. Yes. So I was very happy when the platform who's this guy? Cape Town.
Oh, Sbusi
Sonjeza. Yes. If we can come together and talk about these things, then come up with solutions. In a relaxed mood. Yes. Not to X people. Yes. Thank you, Prasis, for your
thank
presence.
you very much for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
I enjoyed myself.
Thank you, Prasis.
Okay, sharp.
Grand Piano Truth, sharp.
Sisonke.